Round 3, currently 1-1. Go watch round 2 if you have not seen it. Very important lesson at the end of game 3 there. This hand is pretty reasonable. You know, you don't register this deck for a tournament if you're going to mulligan hands like this, even though it's a little bit weak. But, you know, we have a lot of stuff going on. And we have time to draw into stuff like that Jeskai Ascendancy that we just drew. So, now I'm pretty excited about this hand, especially after we played a Mystic Monastery. I have 2 Lightning Strikes to take care of, you know, the old Rabble Masters and Mantis Riders. Although I suppose it could just be a mirror match, in which case things are going to get weird. But I like holding up strike for Rabble or Mantis Rider, and if he doesn't do anything, I'm fine just playing a Raise the Alarm. So far, impossible to tell what's going on here. I would assume a mirror match at this point because Yuya is great and his deck is pretty great, and it wouldn't surprise me if people want to try it out. So now I'm just going to pound him for 2 and play an Ascendancy. And if I take a hit from a Rabble or whatever, it's not the end of the world. I can untap and do some kind of busted stuff. So, I like my spot so far. We'll see what kind of ridiculous shenanigans my opponent can do. But him having 3 ETB tap lands means that I get to kind of steal initiative here. And it feels now like I'm on the play. So, he's just going to strike a token. And that is kind of hilarious, but makes sense, especially if he has a Chandra right here. But it does not look like it. Just has an outburst. So, still kind of impossible to tell what version of Jeskai my opponent's on. It could just be like the Kevin Jones outburst, Wingmate Rock. I'm not super excited about the prospect of trying to beat through a Wingmate Rock, but you know, we'll see what happens. I think here we're just supposed to play another Ascendancy. Just get our crazy engine online here. Start treasure cruising. I think we can afford to discard a Seeker here. I do want a lifelink boost at some point. So I think I do want 1 Seeker. Do I want the second Treasure Cruise? Probably. I have 2 Ascendancies. Hard to turn that down, you know. And I think it's better to just attack here with my 2/2. He's probably just going to take 2 damage, and I don't really want to just trade for a token. When me having 2 Ascendancies means that my token is actually pretty baller. So, okay, he has 2 islands. That's a key. That's a key point right there. And a Mantis Rider. That's another like pretty dead giveaway. But the second island, Yuya does not have a second island, so you got to pay attention to that stuff. All right, we're gonna get this. No, we don't have to get this party started. We can play Seeker. We'll play it a little bit slow. I don't think he is supposed to attack me with goblins. Oh man, you're going to try and strike my Seeker? Dude, I'm going to give him +3/+3. The old Lightning Bolt Giant Growth Split Guard. How do you deal? I'm going to yield to these prowess triggers here. Get our loot on, and it's basically just milling the top of our deck because I like the 2 cruises and I like the other Lightning Strike. Have to discard a strike, but that's okay. Alright, so now I don't have the lifelink on his turn, kind of unfortunate. Now he has a chance to actually kill my Seeker, which is fine, just because then he has to use 2 things to actually get it out of the way. And now he's in there with tokens, and it's time to block, I think. He only has 1 card, so I'm probably not going to get burned out, but I don't want to lose to a string of burn spells. So, alright, now I think, yeah, I think we just strike a token. Just try and contain him a little bit. If we draw land, we can play out this Rabble-Master. It's generally better to just develop your board rather than cast Treasure Cruise. But okay, so now I would have to discard a Cruise to cast Rabble Master. So now I actually have a decision to make. I could also just Cruise and try and draw a 2-drop. You know, it gives me 5 shots, which is a lot of shots, really. But no, I'm gonna just discard a Cruise and play out this Rablor. So I'm at 9. This is a little more conservative, but I'm gonna have a blocker for his token, and oops, Rabble Master actually does cost red mana. But I'm gonna have a blocker for his token, and then I'm gonna have this thing that is just spewing out other things. Which is pretty good with these ascendancies. So next turn we're basically just going to go off. Why is he attacking into my Rabble Master? Is he going to use like Charm to trade up? What is going on here? Chandra? Oh, just wanted the raid. That makes sense. Alright, so we have a verdict. Kevin Jones deck. And we're going to go on a Cruise. Toot toot. And we have to come up with a way to beat these rocks. Gonna need, I probably should have stacked those in the other order in case well, I guess it doesn't matter. Don't want that. That's better than another Ascendancy, I guess. Alright, so we have a Charm and a Raise the Alarm, and that's pretty great, actually. So now I'm just like, rawr, fight you. Oh, you're gonna try and block my 1/1? How foolish of you. I think he's just dead. Yeah, he's dead. I was all excited to just like gain 30 life off this Charm, but my opponent's just gonna die instead. So 8. Well, I'll just gain life anyway. White, blue, red, hey. Alright. Drew that Wingmate Rock. Turned too late, it looked like. So now what do we do? He's got Outburst. He has, presumably, like, Rabble Master and the normal Jeskai stuff. So, Stroke's not good. Glare is medium. Anger might actually be good. I don't think Magma Spray is good. I do like this one Anger. I don't think... maybe I do want some End Hostilities to beat the Wingmate Rocks. Maybe I'll just go one Anger, one End. We'll just have some stuff that plays cleanup. Other than that, I mean, I like all the cards in the deck, and the sideboard doesn't offer much help. I was toying around with the ability of playing, or I was toying with the Angers, like more Angers instead of Magma Sprays, and I kind of like that actually. But for this video, I just want to play Yuya's straight list. This hand is pretty great. The only thing I'm really lacking is removal. I'm not too concerned if he has like erases for my ascendancies. I'm not going to keep the second ascendancy on top just to try and force one through. I'm already kind of far behind because I have a bunch of 3s and he's on the play and everything. And so I don't think that going to play out like it did last round, where, you know, he had a super slow draw and I actually had time to play 2 ascendancies. I don't think that's going to happen every time. And shockingly enough, my Seeker of the Way does not die. So something weird is going on here. Just got an outburst. I think I'm just going to outburst him right back. And then probably try and set up a turn where I can play Ascendancy and something like a Raise the Alarm. If he wants to trade his entire outburst for my Seeker, I'm definitely cool with that. And if not, I get my hit in with 3 lifelinks. So letting Seeker live in the mirror, it's kind of tough to beat, actually. It was like pretty solid beater that's also gaining them life every turn. It's tough to race that. And he's not attacking, and I have a Stoke. So maybe, instead of Ascendancy plus Raise the Alarm, maybe I'm supposed to go Ascendancy Stoke. And that sounds pretty sweet. I'm just going to Stoke him because why not? Don't really feel like killing a token. Too many triggers. Probably going to ship this Rabble Master. I'd rather have the land. I'd rather have the cheap spell in Raise the Alarm. So he's going to Stoke my Seeker. That's kind of unfortunate. Yep. I would still rather have 2 Raise the Alarms. Get our Scry on. Hello, Treasure Cruise. Some 2/2 goblins coming at you. All the way down to 7 on turn 4. Turn 4 on the draw. Pretty powerful deck. He glared my Ascendancy. Alright. That's kind of why you want to play it when you can get some use out of it first. Alright, so we're probably just going to trade tokens here. There's certainly some merit to using Jeskai Charm to kill all of his tokens. But I think I would rather just Raise the Alarm and then cruise this turn. Alright. And now we have a ton of action. He's at 6 life, super far behind. I can't play Ascendancy and get some use out of it this turn, so it looks like I am just gonna play nothing. I'm gonna play my land. And just start Jeskai charming him. I don't think he has negate because he didn't counter my cruise, but I'm still not just going to run it out there. And I also didn't realize that he was so low until I started talking. So, alright, now we're just like upstairs. That's it. Simple. 14 minutes, 2 game wins. And I just kind of dominated him. I don't know. I feel like Wingmate Rock is kind of a scary card, but with draws like that, it's just like, man, you just get crushed, and there's like nothing you can really do. And it's like, even if he had a bunch of interaction and stuff, like I still have the tools to play this long game. So it would not surprise me if this is the new Jeskai deck. Yuya is a pretty smart dude, and appears that he brought his A game to Worlds. So look for more of this deck in the future.